Hey, hey.
Hello, welcome once again, take two.
Yeah, here we are, man. Uh,
So
everything sounding okay? You can hear me? See?
everything, yep, everything is good. Everything was good the last time, but for whatever reason, I don't know, technology. Just look at it this way: all the controversial things you said the last week, only we'll know about. Nobody will ever say.
Awesome.
So I thank you for taking some more time out. And well, I was just looking at the charts, Dream Away, climbing this weekend. Congratulations on that.
Dude, thank you. It's fun to watch. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, there's so many great bands on the charts, so I'm just honored to even be there. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So looking at the charts, is there anything out there right now that you're digging a lot, like that's come out recently?
Obviously, Love and Death.
Mm-hmm.
Really good buds of mine. Had a lot of fun working on some of those songs with those guys. So it's cool to see that heading up the charts too. So also, I mean, gosh, Architects, that album's amazing. The song Animals is incredible. I mean, I love it. I mean, everything sonically, it's just great. So yeah, man, there's a bunch, and the new Chevelle is awesome too. I mean, those guys always just deliver great songs. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm digging the Chevelle a lot. I had a chance to talk to one of the guys from Architects as well, and yeah, they're good record, and that song is badass.
yeah, for sure. That's cool, man. So I've never met them. We've never done any shows with them, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan for sure. Are they nice? Were they cool?
I talked to one of the guys. He seems super super cool. Ironically, he was in the UK, and I'm here in Jersey. We had no connection issues. You know.
That's great.
So yeah, no, they were really cool. This world or the next. I know when we talked last week, still waiting on when you're going to put it out and everything. But with that record, and of course we have Dream Away right now. What can fans expect of the entire record? Is it much like Dream Away, or what was it like recording that?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more of the same. There's kind of some slower, softer songs on there, but there's some songs that are kind of more upbeat, up tempo like Dream Away is. Yeah, it was recorded last January before the world shut down. Yeah, I mean, I always try to work on music, some of my solo stuff, just really in the time off in between Breaking Benjamin tours, and this was no different. We had our kind of our winter break there for the holidays, and got together with my friend and incredibly talented, great producer Joe Rickard, and yeah, he came here to the house, and we tracked guitars and went through and made some fine tuning to some of the songs, and wrote a couple new ones. Yeah, Dream Away actually was the very last one that we wrote, and yeah, I needed one more song. We had another idea that we were kind of messing with, and we just kind of decided it just wasn't quite right. And it's like, let's just write a new one and see what we can come up with. And it turns out it was like my favorite one. So, and it was the easiest one to write. It was the fastest one. I mean, we wrote it in about 2 hours. And so I was stoked. I love when that happens, by the way. It doesn't always go like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll sit there and rack my brain for hours on like a single word. And this one it just came out. So it was cool.
Nice. So I was looking at some of the other stuff you've done solo wise. I know you do a lot of covers. I saw Fleetwood Mac. I saw Roxette was one. I was like, wow, that's kind of left field. But Shallow. Now that's become kind of an iconic song, winning Grammys and Oscars, and taking on Lady Gaga. How did that come about? And was it nerve wracking to put that out because the song has such a huge following?
Yes and no. I mean, it's nerve wracking for me to put out any song. I mean, I'm always, the eve before a song comes out, I just want to hide. I'm just like I'm so nervous. But yeah, we went and watched the movie, and I just thought it was awesome. I was like, man, it's great, and the song is great. Lady Gaga is super talented. She's had a great career, and Bradley Cooper, I thought he sounded super cool on it. His vocal, I was surprised. I was like, man, dude's got a good, cool voice, and so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I kind of like asked some fans, was like, hey, what would you like to hear me take a crack at? And I think maybe one or two people said that song, and so I was like, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. But
Nice,
yeah,
man.
I did like the video first. It was like a video performance of it, and then the reaction I got was so overwhelmingly positive. Everyone was just like, you got to put this out on Spotify and the streaming. So I did, and so yeah, it was cool.
Nice, man. Nice. So when we talked last week, we were talking about some of your other bands, Copper, Adelita's Way. You happened to be in the studio way back in 2012 performing with them, and then of course transitioning into Breaking Benjamin. The last 7-8 years you've been with the guys, couple records.
It's crazy. It's crazy that it's been that long. Yeah, it still feels like, I mean, it really just doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it has been.
Mm-hmm. So the other bands I mentioned, Copper and Adelita's Way, did you stay in contact with any of those guys when you parted? Good terms?
Yeah. One of the guys in Copper, I mean, he's just my best, one of my best friends, brother. I mean, we've been through so many van rides and shows and just college memories. We still talk all the time. And the Adelita's Way guys, I don't talk to them too often, but every once in a while when I do, I mean, it's nothing but good vibes. They're still out there doing their thing and doing great. So yeah, it's been good.
Awesome. So the last Breaking Ben record was a year ago, January. Aurora. Now you've been playing with them for a while, so you played a lot of the older Breaking Benjamin songs, a lot of them that you recorded over the last couple records. Was it weird to go in there and reimagine them and play them different?
Not really. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I love it. We've done a bunch of acoustic tours where everything was just kind of stripped down, and I mean, just guitar wise, we still, when we do those acoustic tours, everything is, exactly the same except for the guitars, the drums, it's real drums, it's no bongos or anything. So, it was cool to kind of get in there and record those different versions and have some of our friends come and add their angelic voices to the project too. So it was awesome.
Nice. So with this lockdown, you haven't been able to tour or anything. Develop any good habits, bad habits? Did you learn something new? Did you use your time wisely?
I mean, lots of writing songs. I mean, it's been tough, just trying to stay positive and just keep moving forward with something. It's crazy to think you work 20 plus years on having a music career for it to just end, just like out of nowhere. No one could have predicted this to happen. And so, you just got to kind of adapt to it and keep moving and stay positive. I mean, thankfully, I think that, there's finally a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel now, but all last year there was no word on anything. No one, it was just kind of like hoping for, the vaccine to come out as soon as possible. But, it was just nothing but bad news. So it was rough. So just tried to just keep writing songs yeah. So I guess that was a good habit. A bad habit was I probably, sat on my couch way too much and finished Netflix and, all the streaming services and all the shows. I feel like I have nothing else left to watch. Yeah.
Nice. So I've been talking to a lot of artists and, they mentioned like in 2021 and probably moving into 2022, tons of new music's going to come out. And you're saying you're writing during this time. I feel like there's gonna be a ton of dark music coming out, with just,
yeah.
I mean, you've been writing being locked down. I know a lot of people are probably not going to write positive about the last year.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we'll see. I feel like some of the stuff that I've been hearing though has been pretty positive. I mean, even like with my music, there's darker overtones, but I try to make the message positive because, guys, there's a lot of life left to live, and there's a lot worth living for, even though it's been tough on everybody. There's, I believe that there's going to be a great future. We've seen a lot of, divisiveness and all that stuff, but I really feel like I hope that it's going to, give way to much more unity in the days to come. And, even with, the virus and everything and the economy and everything, I really hope that once they open up and everything's back, I think it's just going to be booming. I tell people, I'm like, I hope it's going to be like a new roaring 20s, at least on our side of things, concerts. I know people are dying to get out there and see concerts, and I know bands are dying to get out there and play them. So I think once it finally happens, when it's safe to do so, it's going to be off the chain, and I can't wait for that.
So speaking of that, well, I think you sort of kind of answered it for me. Moving forward with going back out on tour and when that can happen safely, is it going to take some time to adapt back to that because you've been home for so long, or you think it'll just be like, riding a bicycle and you're right back to it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of rust, going to knock the cobwebs off a little bit, but I think we'll all fall back into the swing of things just fine. And I'm looking forward to it, sooner rather than later, but safety is the name of the game. So.
No, absolutely. So we talked a little bit about the ties of Breaking Benjamin here in South Jersey with Ben, spending some time here growing up, owning houses here, moving back here. You said you spent some time in Jersey. Did he take you around at any point in time on some downtime? Any Jersey landmarks, anything you discovered about New Jersey that you liked?
Yeah, I actually, so my aunt and uncle, they had a beach house on Long Beach Island.
Okay.
Beach Haven. So I used to go there every summer when I was a kid. So I have a little bit of Jersey history. But yeah, when we were there rehearsing in Ocean City, Ben, we'd go to the boardwalk and, Manco and Manco pizza. And,
Yep.
And, so it was cool, but it was like a flashback to my childhood. It's funny that, because Ben, grew up there too. So I have a lot of memories of growing up and being on the Jersey Shore and, God, some of the places. I mean, there was the place called Fantasy Island that was like a kind of like a roller coaster kind of thing. I don't know if you've ever been to LBI, but
I've done a lot of events there for the radio station. I've done a bit of drinking there too.
That's funny. Yeah. I've never, obviously I was a kid, so I didn't do much drinking at the time, but lots of great memories. I remember there was a miniature golf place called Mr. T's, and it was an arcade and miniature golf place. And I mean, whenever we were, got done playing at the beach, we would just walk up the street and, and we were allowed to do so. Just a couple of kids walk, I don't know if we could do that now, but I don't know. It seemed pretty safe at the time. It's probably still pretty safe, but yeah, lots of times at good old Mr. T's.
Nice, man. Yeah. I was talking with somebody back in the day, like, we used to leave the house in the morning and we'd come back, before it got dark out. Your parents were never worried about you. There was no cell phones. They weren't like trying to, everybody, it was safe. And like nowadays, like, I think of the things I did, and I don't have kids, but if I did, I'm like, yeah, there's no way you're doing that. There's just no way.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just, and it's terrible. It's sad. I mean, even, I hear the stories of my parents. My parents were kind of older. They were, kids in the 40s and stuff. So, they had me kind of late in life in their 40s. And, so they would talk about just like, oh, we used to, walk throughout the whole, we'd walk up and down the street in Trenton, New Jersey, and I'd get a soda for a nickel and come just like, that's so crazy, but yeah, I mean, nowadays, yeah, I mean, there's so many shows, you see so many horrible things and stories about, just bad stuff happening. So, you can't take the risk anymore.
Yeah, you kind of had a bit of the same upbringing as me. My dad was 46. My mom was 39 when they had me.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they grew up in Jersey and Philly area. My dad's talking about walking Philly, and my mom's like, I remember you could walk down Broadway in Camden, New Jersey, and you don't dare do that now. And
No.
they used to tell me all those stories. I remember I was going to see a show at the Trocadero in Philadelphia, small little venue in Chinatown in Philly. And my dad's like, why are you going to a burlesque club for a concert? Because that's what it was when he grew up. And I'm like, no, it's a concert venue now. And now, unfortunately, it's shut down. I know a lot of venues are suffering that, future with COVID. And so we need you guys on the road. Need to get everybody out there in a safe thing so we can keep these small venues, the big venues in the music industry, keep going.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm curious to see, I mean, even restaurants, some of, I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, and, some of my favorite restaurants are, I don't know if they made it, it's like just the whole landscape has changed. So yeah, I mean, it's past time. It's we got to get stuff going again, Yeah.
Well, like you said, light at the end of the tunnel. We'll keep hitting Dream Away. We're looking forward to the new record. Hopefully see you on stage solo, also with Breaking Ben in the near future. And I thank you for taking some time out again for take 2 of Sean and Keith chatting here on our WMGM little face-to-face thing. So I appreciate it. All the best, and we'll hopefully see you soon, my friend.
Oh, dude, it was an honor. And thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. You take care, man. We'll see you soon.
All right, brother. Thank you. See you, man.
Take care. Peace.